11 was filled with
in front of the lunar horizon and seeing the Earth.
To challenge my memory.
And I can remember being in the mobile quarantine facility, the little house trailer aboard the aircraft carrier.
11, the space program.
Enthusiasm with
The space program.
with the realization that, in fact, you may be coming back in and trying to go another day.
The space program.
Time I was most interested in just getting that thing off of
The space program.
try again a different day. I
The
just
space program.
desperately wanted to go on.
And the waves rolling in and the evidence of the millions of the space program. The people, the space program. Event.
More and more as we got down into low orbit of
Horizon and seeing the Earth.
15 feet so
Lunar horizon and seeing the Earth.
was available out the front windows. We had a sense of the gravity. Long before we actually got out on the surface, we already had pretty good appreciation for what the moon was like.
I agree with Neil. There are many different moons to remember. That we approach the moon, it's a different one when you're. We approach the moon, it's a different one when you're in location. Talcum powder nature.
On what angle the sun happened to be coming from.
We approach the moon, it's a different one when you're.
And that was my main concern.
Well, of course, all three of us had flown in orbit before, and the change in character.
A small and fragile object. And when you think about it, that's not a inaccurate description. The balance in a very fragile way, the green, the changes, the distance.
Only a slight 24 degrees.
After our departure, and
to Mars. In studying Mars, to Mars, and you will discover
To challenge my memory.
but that it was
a long and fragile.
we were very close. We had hours to stand there.
Just a many-faceted moon. It was a stranger to me,
But that it was
get it as somewhat of a friend.
in orbit before, but that it was does probably have a change in character. But that it was as you become farther away. I think you most notice that though at the time you leave Earth. When you're departing at a great rate, it's very clear that this is an unusual experience. But that it was.
Well,
But that it was.
think about it, that's not a inaccurate description. It's in a very fragile way. This effect we're noticing today, for example, the changes subtle, very fragile, and
From home.
well,
From home.
For a combination of reasons.
that's beyond.
And see that it was an international, exactly 6 years to the day from home, and we launched back and see that what are the humans to Mars. A goal, strong objective, and Mars is a much clearer one.
For going to Mars, persuasive to me. However, it takes 10 years or so to accomplish any big project these days, and I hope that's true. It's a rapidly changing world, probably not applicable today. Our 3 decades
To 3 people who'd
old and are probably not applicable today. I do
Right, a trip long and involved, and no, as our advice would be that pertinent to anyone at that time.